What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel on Forza Horizon 5. And in today's video I want to show you guys the best A-class racing cars in this game. What I mean by that is all to do with road racing, so either road racing or street racing actually. So I'm going to show you guys the best possible tunes that you can use for the best cars in this game. Huge shout out to Dom again from my Discord for putting this together for me. I've had this for quite a while, but I didn't release the video. But I wanted to go ahead and finally make this video and show it off to you guys. So there's a top 10, I'm pretty sure there's 10 cars on this list, where I'll basically go through each one of them and I'll explain exactly what they're good for. I'm not going to do a run with each one of these cars because there's a bunch of repeat offenders that we've had in previous classes, so you guys should really know kind of what they drive like. However, I'm going to show you guys pretty much every single car and every single tune, and that's pretty much it. I'm going to try to make this video a little bit shorter than what it was before. Anyway, regardless, let's get started. Now, starting the list off is the Sierra 700 RX. Now, this is a repeat offender, or defender, I don't even know. Anyway, this is a car that we've had before in previous classes, and it is just way too OP. This is, in my opinion, still one of the most OP cars in this game due to however many classes that this is available for, pretty much in every single class up to like A class, and in on-road and off-road. It's just incredibly OP as a car. So now in A class it's back, and it's good for very tight circuits such as the Winter Wonderland, the Plaza, the Cathedral circuit. Try this thing out for yourselves. Surely if you look at the top of the leaderboards and you see some legit times, you'll see this up there holding a few world records in some places, but it's just incredibly good for really tight circuits. Next up on the list, we actually have another returning car from B class, and this is the Toyota Sports 800. It's, again, super good. This time it's a power build, so expect it to be a little bit squirrely in some areas because it has a silly amount of power, but it's still incredibly good. And it's meta for most circuits and half-mile sprints, apparently, like the Bahia circuit and the Grand Pantano circuit. So, or sprint, sorry. Again, we've had this thing over in B class, and I really like the way it drove. So, yeah, it's also very good in A class. It's just probably a little bit more power and maybe a little bit more grip. But apart from that, I'm gonna guess it's very similar to the one in B class. Next up, we have this beautiful Dodge Dart, which again is another power build. Expect to have a few power builds, especially when you're lower in classes, but this is another power build car. If you guys don't know what power building is, try the car out for yourself and you realize exactly what it is. So you have to be super careful with your throttle input, and then basically that's pretty much it. So try to be careful with your braking and your throttle because it has way too much power for the car to handle. But if you're careful with it, you will still be able to handle this car, and it'll still drive really well. Regardless, this is very good, and is very meta, actually, on a few sprints. Aerodromo, Vista Del Mar is very good for those. So give it a shot and try it out for yourselves. Now, coming in with a new entry, this is the Mercedes 300 SLR. This is a super sick car, and I really liked driving this thing. It's another power build, but it's meta on really long tracks such as the Goliath and high-speed corners. And yeah, it's just a really good car. And it looks very sick as well with the 722 livery on it. Very sick. But yeah, it's another power build, so be careful with the way you drive it, but it's still really good. Alright, next up we have another returning customer. We have the Ford Coupe, the 1932 Ford Coupe. This is, again, another power build. If you've seen this in the B-Class video, then you know exactly what this is like. But this, of course, now being upgraded to A-Class. It's meta on a Vulcan Sprint. It is horrible to drive, but if you're capable of keeping it under control, it actually holds a lot of really good times and a lot of really good scores on the leaderboard. So, like I said, it is terrible to drive because it's a power build and it just slides everywhere. But if you're able to control it really well, this thing can put down some serious times. So try it out for yourselves, and yeah, hopefully you get some good stuff out of it. Jumping from an absolutely horrible car to an absolutely brilliant car to drive, this is the Honda NSX, the 1992 Honda NSX R. And it is glorious to drive. It is a brilliant car to drive. I've made videos on this car in the past with my own tunes, and I loved it. But this, right now, that you see with the shortcut up on the screen, this is actually like the meta tune that you should use. And it's very good. It actually holds a world record on the Los Jardins circuit. And like I said, it's just a really good car to drive. So give it a shot for yourselves, and yeah, I'm guaranteed that, or you're guaranteed that you're going to enjoy it, because it is just a really, really good car to drive. Here's an incredibly weird entry, which I kind of want to try, and I think I will at the end of this video, just as a little bit of an extra bit. I want to try this thing. This, apparently, is a world record holding road racing car. The GMC Jimmy. This, apparently, like I said, holds a world record on the Chihuahua circuit, and it's one of the weirdest builds to try. So, I want to try this out on the Chihuahua circuit once we finish this this list off, but this apparently is really, really good at road racing. So there you go. Share code should be up on the screen, so give it a shot for yourselves and let me know what you think. Now, moving over to the KTM Expo, or Crossbow, however you want to say it, from 2013. This has another world record as well, and it's on the Bola Ocho circuit. Again, super easy car to drive. I've driven these before, even in previous games and even in this game, and it is just an absolute monster to drive. So I'm not really expecting anything less from this tune. I'm actually expecting it to be like even more extremely good handling. But yeah, it's a KTM. I mean, of course, you'd expect it to be really good handling, and it is. It actually holds a world record. Anyway, another world record holder here, the GMC Cyclone. Again, I love this car. This is like one of my favorite like pickups ever made. It's just such a weird and quirky and cool car. But yeah, like it's really, really good in game. I mean, when they released this in game, because I'm pretty sure they released it like as an extra. I don't know what it was. I don't know if they released it. But it was post-release anyway of this game, if I remember correctly. And I loved when they released it. I was just so happy that when they added it into the game, and I loved playing with it. I just thought it was a really, really good truck as well to drive for road racing, and apparently it's so good that someone made a tune for this thing where it holds a world record on the Panoramica circuit, or Sprint, sorry. So yeah, it's just really good. Try it out for yourselves. And last but not least, the Honda NXR GT. This is also another world record holder, but this is for a very specific track. This is for the oval circuit in this game. If you've ever tried to do the oval circuit, some cars are really, really good and some cars are really, really bad. Well, this one is, like I said, a world record holding car. It's just an incredibly, incredibly good car to drive around that track, and like I said, it holds the world record on it. So yeah, a little bit of a honorable mention, I guess. But yeah, anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and the list of cars. Let me know if you've used any of these, or if you've improved on any of your scores with any of these cars. Again, every single one of these tunes are from actual people who do this. I was going to say for a living, but it's not really for a living. But they make the best tunes, and they actually hold world record with these tunes. So it's not like I'm sharing some random tunes that I found. These are actual legitimate tunes from actual tuners and builders in this game, which make world record builds. So it's not, like I said, like I'm sharing just some random tunes that I found. Anyway, let's head over to the GMC and drive that thing. I really want to drive it and see what it's like, because it just feels like it's such a weird build. But I want to try it and see what it's like and how I can improve on my own time on the track. It's the Chihuahua, right? Yeah, it is the Chihuahua circuit. Real quick though, before I go into it, let me go and get rid of my steering. Do that manual. Brake only. That's fine. Okay, everything else is fine. Right, let's try this out. Like I said, I wanted to really give this thing a shot. There's the Chihuahua circuit. I've driven so many cars around this track, and I've never really seen this thing being driven around, so it generally feels like a troll. It feels like Dom is like, oh yeah, try this on this track. It's definitely good. It's not a troll at all. I guess in A-Class I've never really given it a shot. Okay, I'll just go around. I mean, Don Jones' song has a time on it, but it's flagged, so I'm guessing he just randomly drove around it. I mean, a minute and whatever is really slow regardless. So this is my very first time driving this thing, okay? So don't expect much at the very beginning, but expect it to be quick apparently. Come on. I really want to see what it's like and what sort of time I get with it. First lap, of course, is going to be more like a little scouting lap, just seeing what I'm capable of doing. Oh, that's why. I was wondering why Don Juan's song like took so long. It's because he's doing that. That's quite funny. This is stupid. Why is it so good? Why is this so good? Jesus. And I feel like I'm driving too slow through the corners as well. I feel like I can go so much faster. This GMC is so good. I can see why it would hold a world record. Continue lapping. Oh my god. This is, I guess, kind of like proof that I'm not just messing around with my tunes and I'm actually showing you guys the best ones you could possibly get. Shouldn't move forward. But sure, if you've seen some of the previous videos that I made with showing you the best tunes for each class, then you know I'm not messing around. I don't want to do like a crazy amount of laps, but I still want to do a few of them. No, I missed it. I've done that so many times before. I remember on this track, this is, I'm like so... Oh, why did I do that? I'm so used to cars just not gripping up, right? So like you get like, if you go a little bit too fast, you get a tiny bit of understeer. Like you still get it with this, but just ever so slightly. But this grips up and changes direction so quickly. Like sim steering is crazy on this. It's so sharp with the turn in. Yeah, maybe I should just stay in third. I don't really need to brake as well because the car just kind of slows down by itself when I'm cornering quickly. It's the grip from the tires just slowing it down when I'm going really fast around corners. How, man? How have I done the same thing? It's like I'm trying to squeeze myself through that gap. There you go. I'll take that. I'll take a 52.4. It's just too good. Alright, where am I in the world with a 52.4 on it? I'm not expecting a lot, because I know I can go faster if I just keep practicing with it. But I'm expecting it to be at least a decent time. So let's have a look. With apparently the world record tune, what was I able to do in, what was it, like 6 laps, 7 laps? Maybe like 4 like actual laps where I didn't actually crash into the walls or anything. Alright, let's see. Let's see where I am in the world. A class. We went from no position on the leaderboard to, well, I'm top 1%. 524th. That is jokes. That is funny. Okay, so let me do that, and then start scrolling up. Yeah, man, it's just here. You see a few NSXs and a few KTMs. Of course, I've even mentioned these as being meta. But the Jimmy's still here. It's still getting scores. The more I go up. I mean, we will get to a point where we see a bunch of cheated scores, as you can see. We're gonna start getting to the point where it's just a bunch of cheated scores at the top of the leaderboards, but the Jimmy is still here. The more I scroll up, can squeeze off maybe another couple of seconds off my time. But like I said, you're gonna start seeing a bunch of cheated scores up here, so it'll start blending in to all of the actual legit cheaters. So I'm gonna try to see if I can recognize anybody from this list who's actually good at the game, because I know that there's gonna be someone that's gonna be really good at this game. There's gonna be somewhere up on top of this list. This is one of the more legit times I see. Maybe this guy with a 49. Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. It's just really fast. Like I said, it's a world record car, so you'd expect this thing to see this car pretty much at the top with this tune. Yeah, very, very sick. Super, super cool truck. Try it for yourselves, and yeah, it just is very, very OP. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, and hopefully you guys will make some use of this list of very OP and meta cars. Yeah, if you guys want to see S1 and then of course S2 after this, then of course show your support in this video, like it, share it, comment on it, basically bring that engagement up on the video, and obviously it'll show me that you guys want to see the next video with S1 cars. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.